I start training in a 6-year-old. Now I train 17 years, anytime, every day, 2-3 times. This for me, this is my job, you know. For my document, I need title. I am hungry, very hungry.
What worries you most about Zayn?
This guy, I don't know this guy. This guy coming here in media day. Oh, respect, brother. Oh, okay, no problem. He's going home, story, Instagram, you know. This not respect for me.
I'm not gonna go like you drop me. I'm not gonna crow up. I just say it like it's like either I'm gonna take his dream away from him or he's gonna take my dream away from me. I'm always down to trade in the pocket. I'm always down to put on a show for the fans. You know, me and my friends, we started like this fight club our sophomore year, I think. They're like, Lance, fight this guy. Fight this guy. And then I was like, yo, wait, why are you? None of you guys fighting. One of the homies was like, bro, he benches 225, bro. Don't do it. I'm like, no, I got it. I hit him with like a quick like 3-piece. Then he just holds onto my hoodie and just sucks me 3 times. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, Ryan, now's the time. Pargev, our flyweight champion, is in the house. He's going to sit down with us, be interviewed, and talk about what he thinks about UNF 21.
Yeah. Listen, Pargev is one of the best. Actually, sorry. You know, I gotta say, one of the best rising stars in the country, if not the world. What a future he has in store for him. He's fighting for the Camo State title at UNF 20. So let's bring him on. Pargev, come on over, brother.
Let's go, champ. Pargev. Oh, you want to just go and get your mic over for you?
Yeah. Yes.
Pargev,
yes.
you never go anywhere without your belt.
This belt anytime for me, anytime.
Yeah, I have to tell you, man, we've UNF, we've been operating for over 2 years now, and I have to tell you, you are probably one of our most, in my opinion, complete champions, right? And how do you do it? You're very good representing as a champion inside the cage, and then how you promote yourself on social media with your sponsors and how you do all that is also amazing.
Correct, guys. I am the best fighter. I am the best. This 100% for sure. But I have a more talent, you know. I start training in a 6-year-old, and now I train 17 years, anytime, every day, 2-3 times. This for me, this is my job, you know. And more people see this one, see my victory, see my hard work, and he support me anytime. This important, very important.
Yeah, you Pargev, I think you are one of, and I keep saying one, I'm going to tell you why, because I have to be respectful of the other athletes out there, but I will tell you that every performance you've had in the UNF cage has been extremely dominant. You have an amazing record. In your, many people's opinion, you're undefeated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
When we were at that Club UNF show where the decision went to Israel Seller, I had one of the best coaches in California standing next to me and felt you won that fight.
Yes, of course. I dominant. My dominant victory is three rounds. I dominant for this guy, and I don't know, judges like.
It was so funny. After the fight, Pargev comes up to me, he's like, Ryan, this is bullshit, bro. This is bullshit. I'm like, listen, I don't do the judging. I thought you had a great performance. But you know what? Let it make you work harder and just come out stronger, and don't give any type of question. Although it did kind of. Again, I think Israel Salazar's a beast, but watching that fight, I thought you won in real time.
Yes, Salazar good fighter.
Yes,
I respect any my opponent, but this fight I win.
Was it good that you quote unquote lost? Did that make you work even harder in the cage to try to finish your opponents or even be more dominant?
Yeah. I work after every fight. My level is going just up. I don't stopping. But maybe after 2 fights, I going professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fight in the Californian title. I win soon, and next one maybe I go in 35 from Byron.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that like an official
Title
kind
fight.
of call out right now? Like you want to call out Byron Valle, our 135-pound champion?
35, yes, of course. For me, easy. 35, 25. I don't cut in too much. In 35 is good. Maybe Byron is not ready. I go in 25 defense title and I go pro.
Yeah.
I really like that fight. I love him versus Byron. Shout out to Byron. Byron's a beast. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of great options for you. I do think though, it's probably smart for you to go pro soon. Number one, you're getting the experience. Number two, if you keep winning the way you're winning, there's not going to be many more people for you to fight as a rising star. And I think you've proved to yourself and you proved to everyone that you're ready for that next step, in a fight or two.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, of course. I'm ready anytime. This challenge, this very good challenge for me. After amateur, I going professional. I train MMA guys just 2.5 years, 3 years.
Wow.
Before this, I don't training striking.
Well, look, I even think that your progression is super impressive from your first fight with UNF to now. Your stand up. I mean, that head kick knockout of Whitfield was a highlight reel, bro. When his mouthpiece flies out, you finish him. And I think you said something, you think I'm only a wrestler? Like,
Yeah, no. I tell anytime. I win 2 times in decision, but I win any people is good guy, my opponent.
Yeah.
Any opponent is too much strong guy. But two decision win, and after I start more pressure in the submission, more pressure in the power, my kick, my hand, but what progress? Yeah, anytime.
I think it's. I mean, you were a beast as soon as you came on the scene and you debuted at UNF, but there's no denying that you keep getting better. You keep taking that next step up every fight. I wanted to ask you though, out of all your previous opponents, who was your toughest opponent, or you think the toughest fighter you fought?
For me, very hard fight. This for Nathan.
Nathan,
Yes.
yeah, Nathan Hawthorne's a beast too.
yeah, shout out to him. He's fighting for another promotion, trying to get that title. I mean, I think he's a great guy. And one thing I love also is like you haven't said no to any opponent.
Before fight for Nathan, I have a good camp, but last half month, guys, I train 2 weeks every day, 2 times, and I have a temperature every day. I have a 4 stuff in my body, 4, and I cut weight after this one, and I win this fight.
So why
You're a
didn't
beast,
you
bro.
why didn't you pull out of the fight though?
I don't know, first time I coming in KD, I train just grappling, and after I can watch my fight for my friend Hamza. Hamza fighting for David, title fight, first title Hamza.
Yeah.
I see this too much people support him. Oh, I see. Oh shit! I need this title. Okay, I promise 1.5, maximum 2 years, and I be here. I am champ. Easy. And I work every day. After this day, my mind just built. I work every day.
So can you kind of tell us a little bit about your background? I mean, you've been trained since you were 7 years old. Where were you training? How did you grow up? And what drives you?
I train karate maybe 6 year. Yeah, 6 year. But this kid years, black belt, Armenian champion. Easy. And after I go in
Easy, right?
Yeah.
Marcus, easy.
Well, listen, he makes everything look easy, but keep going.
Everything is easy. But
listen, it's not
is that-
easy because I'll say what I've noticed and what I already know about you. But from every question, you're talking about how hard you work and how dedicated you are. So when you're that dedicated and you put that much work in, things will be a little bit easier for you than most of the other people.
Yeah.
So I think that's something you got to take credit for is how much work you're putting in and how dedicated you are to get to your goals, and that's why you see yourself succeeding so much.
yeah, but dedication, diet, cut weight, this not easy.
Of course.
Yeah, more people
Well,
see.
diet is not easy.
Yeah.
Look at Ryan. I'm
Parker,
just
are
saying.
you serious?
No,
right now?
you're good, bro. You're
not that
good.
bad, right?
No, you're good, bro. Not bad. You're good.
Sorry, I didn't.
Hold on, take the jacket off.
No, this is why I wear a jacket to cover me, Pargev.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, more people seen, but more people tell me, but this not hard, this easy, but it's not easy. You train every day, too much pressure for your body, too much pressure for your mind. It's not easy. But
What's harder? Is it dealing with your mind or is it dealing with your body? What's harder for you?
body? My mind is ready anytime.
Yeah, you always seem like very laser focused. You seem like a guy that at a very young age that knows already what you want.
Yeah, my last fight. You see, my last fight. I need to win this fight. I need propose, but too much pressure. Yeah, for me. My friend, my coach is.
Crazy.
Oh, you ready? Oh. I see. Yeah, let's go. That's it.
Crazy.
I am ready.
Imagine having to fight for a title. After that, you know you have to win that fight because you're proposing to
Otherwise,
your future wife.
Flowers, yeah.
Man, and you just did it like a fucking beast.
My nerves is perfect.
Well, listen, I think again, it's your dedication, all the work you put in is you put yourself in a position to feel good about where you are and that you could achieve those things. So that's truly amazing, man. I think we were talking a little bit earlier, and we're just talking about like what fighters you see succeeding or the ones that are dedicated, mentally locked in, and just so focused. I think you're a black belt and being focused and being dedicated and doing all that stuff. So I think that's just truly a credit to where you get to, because I feel like so many guys have the skills. So many guys could be good in the practice room. So many guys could do this. When it comes time to get in the cage where the lights are bright, a lot of them fold. You haven't seen it yet.
Most people in a training camp, this guy, but you see that this guy very good, striking, grappling, any position. This guy is amazing fighter.
Yeah.
But he's going to compete. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. And listen, I'm not knocking anyone.
Zero.
I know it's a hard job.
Yeah.
But I really respect and admire the guys that can fucking do it and they show up. Those are going to be the superstars. You know what I mean? And you definitely have those traits.
What worries you most about Zane? Does anything worry you about him, his fighting style? Or do you treat him just like every other opponent?
You know, this guy, I don't know this guy. This guy coming here in media day, respect, brother. Oh, to that. Okay, no problem. But you see his story? He's tagged me.
I see everything, by the way. Yeah, I did see it. Well,
But-
let me ask you, does that make you want to... Does that get you more fired up? Does that make you want to hurt him even more inside the cage? Or is it the same thing for you? Business as usual?
Same thing. Doesn't matter, you know. I'm ready anytime, any opponent. This guy coming here in media day, just respect, brother. Talk. Yeah, let's go. I'm here. Talk. He's going home. Story, Instagram, you know.
Listen, I think he's trying to build up the fight. I think, that's what a lot of the businesses nowadays. But I do think I talked to him. I know he respects you. I know he respects your skills.
I don't like this not respect for me. This not respect for my job. I respect any my opponent, but this hard way, you know.
Yeah.
Any people is coming train every day, pressure for your body. I know, I see, but I respect his work, you know. This guy.
Yeah, I think it's a fine balance for me because being an old fuck like I am, like
Really old, by the way.
I am really old. But all the Twitter little warriors talking on Instagram and all
It's
that.
okay. It's okay.
But I think a lot of it today too is just to hype up the fight. But it's also not only to hype up the fight. I think he's trying to get in your head.
I sharp him in November 30.
Yeah, but if he can get in your head and get you off your game plan,
No.
you know,
Easy.
not gonna happen.
No. My mental is strong. No.
Yeah.
This is my job, Chris. Easy money for me.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it. And I think Ryan and I were kind of talking earlier, just kind of like super fights.
Mhm.
And one super fight that we weren't able to make in Rising Stars was you versus Desmond Alvarado.
Yeah.
Yeah. We really think Desmond, our former champ, he's competed on the international level. Now he's a international champion.
Yeah, I know.
Is Desmond somebody you might want to face in the pro ranks, or what are your thoughts on that?
Desmond, very good opponent, very good fighter. I know. I see his fight, very good fighter. But you see Desmond fighting just striker. Any people in Desmond, just striker. You know, he's wrestler, but his opponent just striker. No more wrestler.
Yeah, no, I think I don't think he's faced anyone with.
Okay, one guy, La Bastida. You see his fight?
Yeah, no, I saw with Labastida.
You see?
It's a good
You see,
fight.
very hard for Alvarado, yeah?
But
This
Labastida's-
first wrestler.
Labastida.
This first wrestler.
One thing we're not going to do over here, Parker. I know. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But one thing we're not going to do. I'm just kidding. But Danny
We do have
Labastida.
favorites here.
This-
Like,
I love
This
Danny
strategy,
Labastida.
you know, Ryan, this
I love
strategy.
Danny. No, so I get what you're saying. So Desmond actually just went and competed at the Worlds. I'm not sure the fighters he's fought, but he's fought some of the tough guys. What I will say is, though, I don't think he's fought anyone on your caliber or with your wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if that fight would have got made, it would have truly been, at the time, two of the best rising
I
stars
know.
facing off. But I do think that's a fight maybe down the line where you see for
it's
the
a
pro
mega-
UNF title.
No,
or
listen,
something.
it's a mega fight. Desmond is an amazing athlete, as are you. You both have amazing fan bases. That would have been a huge mega fight. I think that would have been the biggest flyweight battle in
But he's
California
going
history.
pro, yeah?
Yeah, Desmond's going to go pro. He's going to go pro next year. He's likely going to fight on either our February or our March card. So you guys might fight on the same card. But that's just a fight that the fans would just love to see. two guys that I think are on the road. And I don't say this too much with rising stars or amateurs, but definitely, in my opinion, on the road to the UFC. Like where I really see you, like knock on wood. Come here, Ryan. Let me knock on wood. Like you going pro, you getting, 5 wins, and I could see you getting that call to the Contender Series.
Yes,
or
of course,
getting
of
that
course.
call
This is my
up.
dream.
Yeah.
I need 4 or 5 wins, maybe 4 or 5.
Well,
I have a good show.
Yeah.
I need just 4 or
exactly.
5 wins.
That's what I was gonna say. So it really matters on the fighting style and how exciting you
Yeah.
are. Can you get finishes? So 5-0, the way you fight as a pro, getting finishes, no doubt in my mind you're gonna get that
Yeah.
call around 5-0.
Yeah.
100%.
Dana White,
can I make
UFC need show, yeah? I am show. I am here.
You are the show.
That's it.
Pargev.
Just call me.
You're the show. We should make the Pargev show. That would be a good.
We
thing.
should do the
We
Pargev-
should can we trademark that? Me and my dad give
Pargev
10% of whatever we do with that.
Okay.
So, Pargev, like, what should the fans know about you that they don't already know? Behind the scenes. I mean, they see the guy that gets in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
They see the romantic that gets down on one knee and proposes to his fiance. What else is there to you?
I don't know. This very long way for me. Very, very long way for me. This is my dream, and
But what are you fighting for? I mean, we understand what you want to do, but what's your why? Like I tell this guy every day,
That's really deep, by the way.
No. I mean, I think the why is important because for you guys to sacrifice as much as you do, get in the cage and do all that, you've got to have a strong why. You know what I mean? Like, so for my why I work so hard, why I grind, why I'm helping build UNF and have my other businesses to provide for my family. That's the most important thing to me is to provide.
for me, in first, I work not just my life. I work for my life, my family.
Yeah.
Just that's it. This for me, this high level. For me, this very important.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you also cross me as a guy that I know I could see how you are with your family, your fiance, even your friends, the love you have. But I also think you truthfully want to be the best. I see that from you. I mean, I just see it. Like
There's no bullshit.
will
There
and that
definitely
drive.
seems to be that focus.
My I'm strong mentally. I'm strong. Every day I train, but my dream just one. My family now is in Armenia, in Yerevan. I need done my document. I need green card.
Yeah.
But now I am very hungry. I need Californian title. For this one, I need for my document. I need title. I need result.
Yeah.
That's it. But I am hungry, very hungry.
Yeah. You're
I don't see my family at 3 years.
wow. Yeah. Well, you're very purpose driven. And the cool thing is, like, I don't know if you believe in the secret, but it's kind of like you've willed this into existence. You've put this out there. You wanted our title, you wanted to defend, and then you call for the state title. And now you've got it. You got a chance to grab that on November 30th.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick. So a couple of your teammates are fighting on this card.
Yeah, Hamza. Edgar, Tony, and me.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what are your thoughts on Hamza? How's he looking? How's his training going?
Hamza, this guy is beast. This guy train 3 times every day. Sunday, Saturday, every day, non-stop.
Yeah, no, Hamza, I mean, since he was a rising star, he was on the scene. I mean, what
Give Hamza just 2 years, 1.5, 2.
You think he's going to be in the UFC by then?
Of course.
Listen, that's why when we sat down with Hamza and his father,
Yeah,
very
Hamza
family
father.
oriented, when they talked about signing with UNF, he's in a multi-fight contract with us. And to Ryan and I, it was a no-brainer. One is the family, how deep those bonds are, and just the quality of, Hamza as an athlete. It's a no-brainer. We're proud to have somebody like that signed.
Coach Jamal help Hamza every day.
Yeah.
Coach Jamal is very good coach. He's helped me soon too. He's helped me now, but I go in pro. He's helped me too much more.
Yeah, he's really a decorated trainer too. Like his
I need train my elbow in the face, knee in the face.
Are you excited?
Soon.
Are you excited to almost do
Yeah.
that? Well, I want to talk about another one of your teammates because just a brash, says whatever he wants type of guy. Edgar, I want to ask because you're in the training room, and from what I've seen, I think he can. Can he back up the way he talks to people and everything with his skills? Can he back it up?
Edgar, very strong guy, but he's have a 1 minute dedication.
Dedication?
Yes. You
Why
know?
he's not training with you all the time?
He's trained, but sometime he's okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
he's also
He's
Edgar's.
not as dedicated as you.
But this guy, talented, very talented.
No, yeah, you could see.
He's
see the
just
talent.
18.
Exactly.
He looks 26.
We were talking too. Like, it took me a little while. I've always like been a hard worker, I think, and somewhat dedicated. But like, when you really want to get to a certain goal, you got to give your everything to it and put everything into it, and that could take a little time. I think Edgar being 18,
Yeah.
I think he has a goal from talking to him. I think he'll definitely get around to being very dedicated, and sometimes
Yeah.
it takes a little while for sure. But I fucking love Edgar. He's gonna be
But
on this
me,
squad.
Hamza, Arthur, anytime pushing Edgar, anytime in the training. Let's go, push him, work with him.
Yeah.
Anytime. This teammate, this
Yeah.
brother.
Of course. Well, you guys have that brother bond at KD. Also, Tony Diaz Servo.
Yeah.
He just joined KD MMA. Tony's a beast. I've seen it.
Very athletic.
Models
guy.
on, he's a model. He's a fighter.
He's
He's
one
He's
of the
very
best looking
athletic
guy,
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
And strong guy.
Yeah, no, he looks. I mean,
Yeah.
he fought for us once and had like a second round knockout with a jab. I was like, what the hell is that?
He's have a amazing striking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it
Tony,
like?
yeah.
How's it like having him in the training room now?
Yeah, he's trained. He's trained every day.
Oh, good for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trained every day and he's ready.
So you think KD's going undefeated at UNF 20, 21?
Of course. Last time
I
you
know it's a
see,
stupid question. I just want to hear him say, of course. But yeah.
last time just a ration. It's okay.
But
He's
but
come back.
You're coming
It's
back
okay.
for revenge
Yes.
for Rayshawn, yeah?
Yeah, his comeback maybe.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So your opponent beat Rayshawn. So does that make it more important for you to
Yeah,
win?
of course, of course.
revenge?
Important too. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Reshon, my friend, Reshon, my brother. Okay, this I am ready. This challenge for me. More pressure. I like pressure.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Any other questions for the champ?
No, I think that's it for us, champ. You guys, Parge's going to be fighting 11:30. Oh, wait. 11:30?
It's called November 30th.
November
2
30th.
days after Thanksgiving, Ryan.
Oh,
at the
I am
Consumer
future in the
Stars.
game,
Listen,
guys.
I think it's the bucked up that's done him. No, but Pargev, I mean, just thank you for making the time. We know you're cutting weight. We know you're working hard. Super excited to have you on this card. Super excited to turn you pro next year, man, because I really think after this fight, it's going to be really hard to find anybody, to fight you at flyweight. It's going to be tough.
Right, Zane, I wish you, bro, good training camp. And let's go, bro. I show you in November 30. Big show and good wrestling skill.
All right. So our next guest,
Wow. Wow.
could say the world about him, but what I would say is that UNF won our first event. He came out with Fight of the Night. It's been a while since he's fought with us, but he's back in the
Ryan, that was one of the best fights in UNF history. I've told you this before. I'll tell you again.
You'll probably say it
One
1,000
of
more
the
times.
best- I'm gonna say it again
During
when
this
Lance
podcast, you can
joins
say it
us.
another 1,000 times, but I don't fault you because that was one of the best fights. What a back and forth fight, and what a dog.
Wow. Wow.
Lance show. So Lance Martinez is here. He's going to be joining us. Kind of a veteran of the Rising Stars. Has fought the who's who. Has fought all the best guys.
For sure.
I'm sure he's going to be making that pro jump soon. But he's going to be fighting on this card against another great opponent. Can't wait to chat with him. So Lance, come on over, brother.
Yeah, Lance, my man.
What's up, baby?
Good to see you, baby. Thank you for coming.
No problem. Pleasure.
Okay, Ryan's a little bit of a hater, Lance. I'm just telling you because,
On Lance, I'm a hater?
yeah, I kind of
What
think so.
the fuck is
Because
this guy talking about?
no, listen, I talk about that fight as being one of my favorites. I don't see you like saying, "Oh, it was so amazing. It was this. It was
I
that."
think I was the one that brought it up actually when I did the intro.
You sure?
I think so. If you want to rewind the tape,
Bro,
I think so.
that fight, Lance. Do you even still think about that fight?
I do. It was I feel like I was always looked at as like underdog for
Yeah.
most of my fights. And in beating Pacquiao, Pacquiao, he was coming up. He
He's
had
like 4 or 5 and 1. At the
yeah,
time.
4 or 5
Yeah.
1. He was a tough opponent, and to go in and really like put the pace on him while he was giving me like a lot of pressure, a lot of problems. He dropped me in the first round. I had to really overcome allowing that first round, and then to come back in the second, and then finish him in the third. It goes to show that you can't sleep on me. I'm always coming.
I think you've proved that by a mile now. And I also think, I was looking through your record, and like a lot of the guys you've fought are like now pros with like 2-0 records or 3-0 records or whatever that looks like. So I think that's a testament to like you also don't turn down a fucking fight.
No,
You don't give a fuck. And if you're in the cage with that person, you're gonna give it your all, and you're gonna do your best to come out victorious. So I'm ecstatic to have you back in the UNF cage.
Yeah.
What do you think about your upcoming fight? What do you think about your upcoming opponent?
So I don't really know much about him, but I know he trains out here in the valley, And I've been watching some film about him. You know, he looks like a good unorthodox striker. And he sits on his punches. So, you know, I'm always down to trade in the pocket. I'm always down to put on a show for the fans, you know.
Yes, he
So-
is. I promise,
Listen,
guys. He is.
look at the smile. I can attest to it because I'm a big fan of yours, Lance. I just love what you bring. We were talking about you earlier, just that Mexican fighting spirit. Also, like you embody that, right? There is no quit in you. You know what I mean? What is your driving force?
So I think we talked about that too. Like before I fought Pacquiao, you were like, so what drives you? Like how do you go into a fight? Like what's your mindset? I just say it's like either I'm gonna take his dream away from him or he's gonna take my dream away from me. And you know, so that's honestly just what I do. And even when I train, like I go on runs, I don't listen to music. I kind of like to be in my own thought. I like to visualize the fight. I'm really about like hard work and really pushing yourself. You know, try to like kill the inner bitch out of you. You know.
Yeah. So what's your training look like? What do you do?
So right now, I'm doing jiu-jitsu with Rick, wrestling with Georgie, and also Keenan. And I'm doing Muay Thai with Master Nope that we have. He's straight from Thailand, you know, so we're learning a lot of like traditional Muay Thai. But yeah, I've been just intensifying the rounds. So, like I always train, so it's just about just increasing intensity and you know having the game plan.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of training, you're training over there at Saxons. You got a teammate on the card, right? Kevin Lizardo.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my
Yeah,
dog.
shout out to Kevin. Honestly, Kevin's a
Bro,
happy we
I
have
was
him back too.
you know, man, like as a promotion, we try to do our best, but sometimes we just fucking fail, right? And Kevin's supposed to be on the card, was supposed to have been on a couple cards in the past. Fights falling out, opponents pulled out or whatever. So I was so excited when we finally got him a matchup.
Yeah, his fight's gonna be a banger too. I think he's also fighting another, Mexican fighter, Jose Hernandez. Who's,
Yeah,
who's a
and
beast.
with Jose Hernandez too, like one thing you can't sleep on is people's fucking records. That's one thing, especially rising stars. Like, what is Jose? 1-3 or 2
1 and 3 or 2 and 3. Sorry.
Yeah, but fought great fights. He's a great freaking striker. You look at that record. That record doesn't tell you what kind of athlete he is.
Yeah. for
No,
sure.
yeah, he's good. I've seen his fights. He's pretty really good. His boxing's really phenomenal. You
Yeah,
know?
his boxing is good.
But I feel like he won't have an answer for Kev that night. You know.
Yeah.
And Kev's really gonna put on him.
It's weird. It's not weird. No, I don't know why I said weird, but like I feel like a lot like all the Saxon guys. I don't want to say like look up to Kevin, but like when we posted his fight, like everyone's reposting him. Everyone's talking about like how they're in the trenches with him and like is Kevin like a big is he there every day? Is he training every day? Is he a big part of like that team over there at Saxon?
Yeah. Even when he's not fighting, he's in the gym. He's working. He's honestly one of the hardest workers there.
I think you could tell that. You could tell that everyone
Yeah,
thinks
I've
that.
had some one-on-one time with him before too, like at content days and stuff. And he just seems like a very humble, just genuine kind of good guy. Very different than you, right? He's a good, solid person.
I think he's a solid person.
You do?
No, actually, hold on. You want to say what you said earlier?
Lance, he's got you fooled, bro.
Go. I'd say what you said earlier.
Look, I've been putting digs in on you all day. So what did I say that offended
Well,
you? so
listen,
much?
Lance fought at UNF 1. He hasn't really fought. Oh no, he fought again.
Oh, this is what I said. I'm like, it's cool because I'd love to have you back because I've always been a fan of yours. And I'm like, yeah, Ryan, he hasn't fought for us for a while. You did something to drive Lance away. What the fuck did you do?
Me and
I
Lance
was
have like
giving
been
him
in like we've DM'd each other here and there and whatnot. I didn't do. Did I do anything to you?
No.
I got love for Lance. All right?
Yeah.
So watch yourself.
Watch yourself.
No, Lance, I was just like, is it the same way that you've driven your girlfriends?
No, I treat Lance better than the girls. Man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're
He buys me drinks.
You're
He
gonna
buys
get
me
me.
drinks
You're gonna get me in
sometimes.
trouble. Whatever.
Yeah. But nah. Honestly, what it was is just I feel like scheduling and that's all it really was. Cause honestly, I love fighting for you guys. You guys really like the production. I love like all of it. Like even doing this podcast, this helps. This helps like all of us, honestly. Like this helps me like look a lot more professional, and it's also like eventually like I want to go to the UFC. I want to go pro, and there's a lot of organizations that you have to do this for. Otherwise, you're not gonna get sponsorships. You're not gonna get like the attention that you need.
Yeah, I think we've.
Go ahead.
But like, yeah, so since UNF's been growing and everything, but we just hear a lot of fighters kind of feeling that same way or like respecting us for, hey, thank you guys for making me do all these interviews. Thank you guys for doing all this content. As a business, it's great for us to have content. It's great for us to promote the events and everything. But we talk a lot and like we truly not like giving ourselves a pat on the back, but we truly want the best what's for our athletes as well. And we know that offering you guys and trying to make you guys do interviews and do all that stuff, not only is it good to promote your next fight and whatnot, you guys are getting knowledge for, when you do get to the UFC and you got these world-class reporters in your face. It's not the first time you were there. It's going to feel like another day in the office and you're going to be prepared.
I think the honest thing is you're a product, Lance, right? So you're a product two ways. One in that cage and then one outside that cage. You look at guys like Sean O'Malley and the guys that have moved the needle, Conor McGregor, whether you like him or hate him, they were good in the cage and they're good outside the cage. So it's great that you take the time to do it and really get it. And I think, watching people's journeys is really important. Like you look at Anthony Romero, our current 135-pound champ, which, he's on the road to the UFC. One more fight. I think he's probably getting one more good performance. He's likely getting that call. And he was just on a recent podcast, the Ring Check. And he talked about he hated the interviews at first that, we asked him to do. But now he's loved it. He's embraced it because it's helped him, grow. And he knows it's preparing him for the big show.
What's crazy is he's like a character. Like if you really talk to him, like you're like, you should be easy. It should be easy to talk to the camera and like just be, because he's goofy. He's cool. I sometimes I would go to like the Black House to go like get some work in with him and Albert, and they've always been super cool, cracking jokes, and he's a lot funnier than what he's than the persona of the bully.
Yeah, but I think it's great because it may take some time to get used to, right? Getting on camera, and it's something we were talking about earlier. It's like it's kind of similar to like there's some guys that are just so not very similar, but we were talking like there's some guys that are so great in the training room, can beat everyone's ass when they spar, and then when they get in there and the lights are on. It's a whole different thing. For you, I feel like you don't have that issue as far as fighting, right? Yeah. Like, you get in there, you just fucking bang it out and you give your all. Where do you get the confidence to be able to, go under the bright lights and deliver fight of the nights and deliver great performances?
Honestly, I don't go like when it goes to like fight of the night and stuff, I don't plan it, it just like happens. But like, cause in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go in, go out.
But what I'll tell you is like, there's so many times where, you maybe, you get hit, you get dropped, and I think 95% of fighters are just people might quit. And there's not 1 ounce of that. So what is it inside of you? Like, why, how, what makes Lance, when those situations come up?
He's not a pussy like you, Ron.
Yeah, I think
first of all, I'm like pretty much undefeated in the streets, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But who's he fought, right, Lance?
Who's he fought? Yeah, I don't know. But honestly, what it is like I can't go outside. Like I gotta go out my shield, respect. Like a real warrior. Like I'm not gonna go like you drop me. I'm not gonna curl up. Like
right.
Like nah, fuck that. You're gonna have to drop me again, or you're gonna really have to like knock me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. So what does your future hold, right? You've got November 30th, not looking past Elliot, right? You can't look past him. But what's your future hold?
So this is going to be my 15th amateur fight. So, like for sure, super season, like the amateur circuit. So my goal is go put dominant performance, then make my pro debut next year. And, there's... for 35 division, that's like stacked. Like like there's a lot of really good fighters.
Yeah. You're making your pro debut with UNF, right?
Hey, I'm down. I'm down too. I'm down.
Cut him the check, Ryan.
Yeah.
Cut him the check, Ryan.
Say less. But honestly, I mean, I was part of you guys' first show, so I feel like it wouldn't be wrong to sign with you guys and like get a fight in with you guys, and then from there we could see what's up. But
I always say like look, it's run by a family, right? So we're very family. We love the fighters fighting us, but for us, it's kind of about fighters fighting where's best for them too, right? Like at the end of the day, we want the fighters to do what's best for them and their journeys. We're not a perfect fit for everybody, right? But I think kind of what we're doing is we're trying to build, a special platform to get these guys to the big show, right? Like we had Taco Padilla who just went to the big show.
Yeah, shout out Taco.
Dude, Taco. I'm so proud of that guy, bro. You really look at him, what a sort of a turnaround. And he had a couple of interviews. He kind of talked about fighting with us. Like he was in a rut, kind of felt the family love at UNF and felt re-inspired and re-engaged. And wow, look at him now. Yeah. 2-0 in the UFC with such amazing performances.
His last performance. I mean, great performance, but it was so funny. Dude. We're watching it at the house with like my grandma who barely speaks English.
Oh, she's like 80 years old.
Some of her sisters, they're all old. Yeah. They're like like kind of they got some energy still. So he's winning. They're all screaming, and it was just such a such a good
Lance, it's like, oh, that's so good. Taco's so good. Like, oh my god, like that's how she talks.
wow, he fought for you guys. Wow, he's so
Right?
good.
Oh my god.
But it was awesome. It's awesome
Yeah.
to see kind of just, all the whole UNF kind of family supports him. I mean, even all the fighters that maybe are from, I don't think there's many rival gyms, but definitely are associated with the gyms he's training out of and whatnot. It's so cool to see all.
But doesn't that tell everybody out here that if Taco can do it, I can do it? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, doesn't
That's
that
true.
like Taco has now shown that local roadmap for local guys?
Yeah, shit. Now he's 2-0 in the UFC with 2
Yes.
finishes.
Wow, great finishes.
Very
Hot
good.
take. I think in 2-3 more fights he might just get a ranking if they give him the right opponents.
That's true. That's true.
He might just. I mean, it's crazy because like I feel like Taco's also like his last 2 fights like big underdog. Shout out to Taco, by the way. My
They
friends have made
cash
money.
out,
My friends
yeah.
have made or made so much money on Taco his first fight.
No, that's what
he's
Taco
like
said.
plus 300. My friend put like $3,000 on him. I was like, damn. Can I get a cut?
Whoa! So does Taco get a cut of that?
Taco wasn't informed about it, but I think
Taco, go
Taco
after
should
Momo.
be entitled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taco should be entitled. But he has like the underdog mentality, but like you could tell his last 2 fights how dialed in he's been.
Mindset, I think, like you were talking about, Lance, like, isn't mindset like virtually almost everything? I mean, skill's very important too, but having that animal, dog, savage mindset, like.
And Taco, so he has all that, but it's so calculated too. You can see how calculated it is. Like you're watching him, it's like you could just tell he's like seeing things play out like in slow mo. Like
Taco's a little different than Lance. Lance just looks like he just goes in there to want to just take someone's freaking head
but
off.
Lance has
Which I love.
Lance has good combos and skills too. I just feel like if you're trying if it's
Are
a
you,
dog
saying
fight,
are you saying that I didn't say Lance was technical? No, but
No,
when
what-
Lance throws, Lance wants to take somebody's fucking
listen,
head off.
as you could tell from earlier, I treat Lance good. I talk very highly about him. You, on the other hand, I don't know.
You
What
can-
I'm saying is, Lance obviously has the skills, which me and you both know, and he's obviously willing. In some fights, you can't pick or choose if it's gonna be. It might just be a dogfight. If you don't abide to that, you're just gonna you're gonna get crumbled. This guy never. So, Lance definitely has a strategic side to him too, but he's ready for the fire if it comes.
Yeah, that's what I'm really trying to show this fight, especially with Elia. I feel like it would be a good fight, to like show it and show that I've grown from like my past fights. But yeah, that's just like the thing is you're just trying to be better than you were yesterday.
100%.
So that's just what I'm trying to do. That's how I'm looking at this camp, and I'm looking to get the win for sure, and then go pro. I feel like 15 fights is like the goal I set for myself when I first moved out here.
Oh, that's awesome. And then, so I do like I do a lot of things at UNF, but my main thing is really the Rising Stars matchmaking. And, all these guys always ask me, when should I go pro? I want this kind of matchup, this. Yeah. And what I would tell them, I don't think it matters about wins and losses right now. So like, what I'll tell them is like, go to your camo page, look at the guys he's fought. I don't care about the outcome. I don't care about shit. Look at the guys he's fought. Once you have, I think you've actually fought more than you really need to, but like, there's like 10 guys on that list where like, if you fight 3 of those guys, okay, those are like almost pro level matchups. You're probably ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a credit to you. And I think when you go pro now, there's not gonna be anything you haven't seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things can go one way or another, but what I appreciate all these guys is make sure you're prepared, make sure you have the experience. And that's one thing I think you definitely checked off the list. I think you've beaten some fucking great guys as an amateur too, where it's like, you're ready. I think you're already ready, but I think your opponent's also on the verge of almost being ready too. So I think it's a perfect fight right before you
Look,
guys fight.
UNF1 was a pro level performance in my opinion.
No,
I humbly say that. Like, I really go back to that. Like,
How many more times you could bring up UNF1? I'm just kidding.
I geeked out. Like, we just started the promotion and UNF1, like having such an amazing night, which you were a huge part of.
Yeah.
That set the tone, bro.
Bro, how many of my friends, all my friends came to UNF1 because they're all hyped for starting UNF.
Yeah.
And everyone texted me after that fight. Bro, were you working right now? Were you watching that fight? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, that's what UNF does.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's
right.
what Lance Martinez does, but it was at UNF, so
Yeah. Nah, it was like, like if it was anyone else, it wouldn't have been that good of a fight or that impressive of a win, honestly.
Yeah.
I got much love for Pacquiao. But yeah, that's like hands down one of my favorite fights.
How could it
of my
not be,
career,
bro? Like,
you know?
it was fucking sick.
You had everything in it. You had,
I think now it's like every time Lance fights, I'm like looking for that again, which he'll recreate some of those again.
No,
But
but Lance has a good point. Like styles make good fights, right? And I think the styles really matched up really well. But I mean, going back to like, yeah, you were the underdog because he had some hype on him. Wasn't he supposed to fight for the state title? soon
Yeah,
or
he was
something
like-
that. He was in line.
Yeah.
And boom, like
And I
you
snatched
just
all
stopped
of
that.
that.
You just stopped that fucking train.
Nah, I did. And then and after I fought for promotional belt with you guys, and
That was a really close fight,
yeah,
too.
yeah, that was another one I would like to get back, but yeah, that fight was dope, honestly, too.
But it's cool because we're literally going through all these fights, and I know most of your fights, and like they're all great fights against great opponents.
Yeah.
But I really think most guys at the amateur rising stars level should do, and that's why I do think you talk about your future plans. I think pro is right there for you.
Yeah.
There's some guys I was like, you want my honest opinion? Go fight a couple guys like Lance, or go fight a couple guys like the top guys. But you've been there, done that, and I think now it's just like, all right, go show yourself you can perform how you need to perform.
Mhm.
You're ready to go.
Yeah, I think so too. And I feel like there's a lot of like urgency with like a lot of new fighters and stuff. They're like, all right, I'm on like a 3-fight winning
Dog,
streak.
everyone wants to go 4-0 and go pro.
Yeah.
Like, there's some
It's
people I deal with, man. It's like, I don't know. And listen, I mean, people should do whatever they want. If you ask for my advice, like, I think you should maybe take an L. You should always think you're going to win. You should maybe take an L as an amateur, or at least fight guys that, like, everyone wants to pad the record. Like, oh, get me to 5-0 and I'm going to go pro. Like, dog, you're fighting, like, guys. You want to
Yeah.
fight guys off the street. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real here with how it goes. So, yeah, I totally get what you're saying as far as that stuff.
No, yeah. But honestly though, I feel like what's crazy is like also like the broadcasting deal that you guys had, that honestly brought a lot of eyes to me, to my own brand too. Like I remember like even though like it was like super close and I win, they would like saw that fight and they're like, damn bro, like look at you, especially everyone from my hometown, Anchorage, Alaska, shout out, and they were like, damn bro, I can't believe you're doing this, like you really are doing what you said you're gonna do. Yeah, and it's crazy, it's been like 6 years already, like I've been out here already, so it's
Well, that shit replays. Like, so a lot of our stuff gets recycled throughout, the U.S. and gets replayed.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
It's funny, like a couple of my friends, like out of state friends, like somewhere in Vegas, and like send me a picture of just not playing. It's like, no way, you guys are on TV. I'm like, yeah, we're trying to do stuff. Well, you say you're from Alaska though. Can you talk to us about like being born and raised in Alaska? Because I don't know anyone else that's. From Alaska.
Well, I wasn't born out there. I was born out here, but I was raised out there. Like we moved out there when I was like, I think like 5 or 6. So I spent majority of like my life out there. But yeah, I like grew up in Anchorage, Alaska. My mom moved out there because she met my stepdad and he lived out there. So he's like, oh, bring your kids, let's go. And then there wasn't much to do, they're like small town, like most of the kids are either like on drugs or like they're super like straight edge. So it was kind of like a weird like
no in-betweeners.
Yeah, no in-betweeners, like there's no casual druggies. You're either druggy or you're not. But yeah, I remember like me and my friends, we started like this fight club our sophomore year, I think, sophomore year.
Damn,
and
that's a starting fight club.
yeah.
I want to hear more about. So what was the fight club like? Every day, like 2 different people would fight. Like what do you?
So we just so every weekend we get like because we all knew like friends from like other schools and stuff, and we'd get like just like random like matches. We like be drinking and like doing shit we're not supposed to do, and then after that they're like, Lance, you should fight this guy, and I'm like, okay. Nothing. Like I'm literally like just like sipping out the bottle, and they're like, I'm like, okay.
Wait, I gotta say, so you guys were sitting there partying.
Yeah.
Dude would say, Lance, you gotta fight that dude right there. You should fight that guy. And
Yeah.
that's how it would go down?
Yeah, it would go down like that, and that was like how it first started. Like it was just like Lance.
He's never turned down a fight before.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
shit.
like, Lance, fight this guy, and then I was like, yo, wait, why are none of you guys fighting? Why am I the only one fighting like
Were you
somebody?
the littlest dude too?
Yeah, I was the littlest, So I was like, what the fuck is this? And then like, no. I know this homie. Okay, we'll do it. And then like I remember this one time I had to like box this one dude, and it's like straight like in winter, it's fucking cold, and I went to like try to. Had no training. I just like swinging, scrapping,
Yeah.
and then I threw like a right hook, slipped, and like ate shit on the ice. Got back up real quick.
Also, you guys are fucking fighting on ice.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
from Alaska,
I
bro.
understand.
What do you think?
There's probably places
He
without
probably
ice.
doesn't know where Alaska
Hold on. So you're telling me since it was in Alaska, they couldn't fight like on a carpet in a house or something?
I'm just saying.
No.
What do
You
you
really
expect?
thought they were fighting on ice? Is that what you thought the whole time?
No, I can fucking envision the shit being.
I can
outside,
envision
In the
I
parking
snow
lots,
everywhere, cars
parking
parked
lots.
around,
I don't know why, I
the
just-
the
I didn't-
headlights on, right?
on legit ice makes it a little more interesting, don't you think?
Listen, just because you've never had the balls enough to compete in Fight Club, don't hate, bro.
The hey, right?
hate.
Yeah, but
So how many Fight Club
What
fights?
fucking
did you
hating am I
actually
talking about?
I would say like it was like maybe like 4 before I was like, you know what, I should like low key join the gym and like start doing it like.
So how did you do though in Fight Club? Like honestly, did you do pretty well?
Dude,
or-
sometimes there were mismatches. Like there was this one lineman. He asked everyone to fight. Like he asked like all my homies, and they played football. They were like on the football team, and they were like no. I'm like, why are you saying no to him? Like don't be a bitch. I'm like I'll do it, and they're like, bro, don't do it. And then one of the homies was like, bro, he benches 225, bro, don't do it. I'm like, no, I got it. And then like we started, and then I hit him with like a quick like 3-piece. Then he just holds onto my hoodie and just sucks me 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And then he lets me go. And I was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, okay. We're done. We're done here. We're done. And I remember I went back, and my mom would always be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're like disappearing and shit and come back all beat up. Yeah. I'm like, no, mom, it's okay. We're just playing, She's like, no, this is not playing. Like, what the fuck happened to you? But I was like, no, mom, we're just like boxing and stuff. But I always wanted to like fight. Ever since like I was a little kid, I always wanted to be like boxing or doing something, But mom was like, nah. But now I was like, as soon as I'm 18, I'm gonna do it, Then I started jiu-jitsu. Then jiu-jitsu, I did a little bit of wrestling in high school, and then but once I feel like once I started training at Saxon's, like my striking just like it
another
clicked,
level.
and now I love striking.
Well,
like,
dude, Saxon's
than
got some
anything.
next level striking, right?
No,
Let's just be honest. You train, in a pool of sharks over there.
No,
right?
yeah.
A lot of good talent over there.
There is. There's like Rick, there's Keenan, there's Georgie, and he's our coach, and he be giving everyone work.
Is Georgie still fight? Is he gonna fight anymore? I know he had a kid, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is he
I
gonna
have no
fight?
idea, honestly.
Okay.
I can't like speak
Oh,
on that.
no, yeah, I know, yeah.
But yeah, I hope he does though.
Because I've watched his fights, and the
Yeah.
reason I asked is because, as
He's a
usual, I'm a
dog.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of a fanboy. Like I really respect athletes and these fighters that will get in the cage and risk it all. Like it takes a special kind of person to get in that cage. Like at our events, there's 2,000 plus people there. You're laying it all on the line. That's getting shown into 25 million homes plus around the country.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
It is
That
crazy.
takes some big cojones.
Yeah, no, for real. But yeah, I love fighting for you guys. Like honestly, like it's even like I remember you guys even did interviews before, so like we were even able to tell our story to people who didn't buy tickets or didn't know us, like and we could kind of tell our story and stuff, and then we walk out and it like people get more invested with the story, like that's what you got to sell.
I think we've got some big plans for next year. We're going to be doing some. We'll roll it out. We'll announce it kind of at the end of the year, but we've got some big plans. And part of that is being more active on. I think our social media is pretty strong as it is.
No,
but
yeah.
we're taking it to that next level and telling people's story and getting athletes the exposure they deserve. Is super important to our brand.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's a promotion's job. I feel like, right? Like I feel like a lot of these fighters are kind of shortchanged with promotions.
Don't get me started.
There's some shit we heard like, whatever. I'm not gonna say any
No, let's
names.
hear it. Let's hear it. It's
No,
on the
I know,
podcast.
I
No, I'll be honest though.
Just don't say names.
I hear a bunch of shit about how fighters are just treated like a number, right? And just there's no morality with how a lot of these promotions are working with these fighters. And that's not me being a hater. That's me hearing it from the sources themselves.
No, yeah.
And one thing we do, we do the most we can with the resources we have, right? Like we really do. Like, we have content day. We're doing these podcasts now. We're going to get a bunch of fighters on. We take black screen photos of all the guys. We try to get their stories out there. We say, hey, if you have any posts on social media and you want to collab with us, we'll be more than happy to collab with, all the followers that we've built and we've gained for all of our fighters fighting with us. So, it's just like the fighters aren't a number to us. And I think that's one thing, since we are like a family owned business, we really like embody. But yeah, I truthfully feel like morality wise and just how we treat people, we're number one. And again, it's not like a cocky thing or anything. I've heard and seen for myself. So
Yeah, I think we
let's say
just
that.
look. The difference is this, right? I think we're building a brand. We're not hosting shows,
Yeah.
and our brand is the same as our athletes, right? We're building together. It's got to be what I say mutually beneficial, right? So I think we have to provide the athletes the platform. We have
Have
to
some bucked up, bro. You want it?
Yeah, get some bucked up.
It's
actually
zero calories.
Lance, it's actually really good.
That's right.
I think it's our job to give them the platform, to build their brand. So doing the social media interviews, really taking care of them. That's why it's kind of like a crack up to me. Like fighters like at weigh-ins, we give them a swag bag. They're like, this is for me. Like, fuck yeah, you're getting in there risking it all.
Yeah.
Like, at least we can give you as a swag bag.
Shirt.
Yeah, a shirt and really just try to hook you up.
Yeah, I remember that. That honestly, it does mean a lot. Like small shit like that does mean a lot.
Look, Lance, I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, it's the promotions game is not a financially lucrative business. It's not. If people know, like, people probably think, like, I had the commission after one event. Like, we've been selling out, right? Which is thank God. But the commission's like, oh, you must be making a shit ton of money tonight. That's what they said to me. Like, are you kidding me? I go, we could sell every ticket and sell out, and we're not making money. Unless we get, our content deal or we get some major sponsors to offset it, we're not making money. We lost money our first year and a half.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and so we're finally getting there. We're finally making some forward momentum, but people don't get that. But we always felt it was our responsibility to take care of the athletes and make them feel special. Because again, I think if an athlete has a choice, you want them to choose to fight with us.
Yeah.
They have a choice. We want them to choose UNF because they love it. We're giving them the platform and they're valued, right?
Yeah, and they feel respected, I think, is the one thing. Because I think aspiring to be a fighter and the come up in the journey of it is probably one of the hardest jobs to do.
Yeah, bro, you're not shit, honestly.
Amateurs not fucking
They'll
getting
get fucking
paid.
paid. So then when you treat it like a fucking number and you're not done the right way and people aren't men of their word, dude, like, come on, have a little. And listen, I get it's a cutthroat business and you got to be tough and you got to be this, but like, have a little respect. That's how I feel. Like, I respect all the fighters I get in the cage and fight, and we try to go above and beyond. And I get, business can be tough at times, but I don't know. I think there's a certain level of respect you should show fighters. I don't know everyone does that.
Yeah, I feel that.
But that's my TED talk on that. Over now.
Well, what are some like dream matchups that you guys want to see this year?
We just had a guest on before you, Pargev Khachatrian, our current Rising Stars flyweight champ, and the champ previous to him, Desmond Alvarado. That's a dream fight of mine when they both go pro. Desmond just went pro, but I mean, two very decorated AMI fighters, both can go pro, and I could see them both going to the big show one day. It'd be kind of cool for them to fight for that pro flyweight title if they, if it gets that and it lines up.
Yeah. God, I'm trying to think of like.
I kind of want to see Anthony Romero versus Brandon Spencer too.
What were your thoughts on that? Like
that was Brandon being dog. It was honestly like a lot of people wouldn't have done it, especially facing Anthony.
2 weeks notice too.
2 weeks notice, yeah.
2 weeks notice. One of the top guys in California.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It just goes to show who Brandon is.
Well, do you feel like? Again, he stepped up short notice, and I actually felt it was good performance, right? Do you feel his stock went down with that fight?
I think it went up, if anything. Because honestly, like, a lot of people, they thought they're like, oh, he's going to show up in 2 weeks notice, and Anthony was just going to, like dispatch of him in the first round, and Brandon dogged it out, and he put a good, like, show. He got caught, but that's the game,
No, for sure. And I mean, to stand in the pocket, like he was standing in the pocket with
Yeah.
Bully, and he was landing some good shots. Like that first round.
Oh, he hit Bully with that.
Watching
knee?
it real time, I rewatched too.
Wow.
I think it was a very close first round. Honestly, I'd give it to the Bully, but like by a smidge. You know what I mean? Like it was a very, very close round. And then Brandon looked good in the second round too until, the armbar came up. But, for him to step up on 2 weeks notice.
So I coined a saying after that fight, right? Dare to be great. Right? Like taking a match that you probably shouldn't take potentially on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the coaches may have even said, hey, this is a tough fight. You may not want to take this. I don't know. I'm not beyond the
But
scenes.
think about if he
But he
fucking
dared to be great, bro.
True, and I think that's what fighters need to do. Think about 2 weeks notice, and then you go in there and you would have beat Anthony Romero. You're on the UFC's radar overnight.
Yeah.
You're on these big shows. Your brand goes up like crazy.
Yeah.
You got to dare to be great, and you got to take risk in this business. And the good thing for Brandon, he did take the fight. He came up short, but like Lance said, his stock still went up.
Yeah, totally.
He's still even more on the radar than I think he was before with a great performance. So it's dare to be great, and you got to take risks. So yeah.
Are you scared to take risks, Lance? Or are you all down to take the risks?
I'm always down. I'm always down. I mean, I feel like my style is very like
Risk taking.
risk taking. Like there's sometimes I watch back my fights. I'm like, damn, why did I do that? Damn, you know, like at least it worked out in the end. But like, you know, I was like, damn, he almost had me there. But yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was your toughest fight ever?
toughest fight ever.
If you could recall. I mean,
Chase.
let's just put,
Chase
Whitmer.
Whitmer?
Yeah, Whitmer.
Yeah.
Chase Whitmer.
Chase has done pretty. He's pro now. He's
Yeah.
what?
2-1, I think, or something like that. He just
Yeah,
fought. He
2-1.
fought a good. He just beat a good prospect.
Yeah, he just fought
Yeah.
Aiden Ingram and beat him. Not Aiden Ingram.
Yeah, Aiden Ingram.
Aiden Ingram.
Yeah. No, he was. It was tough because I remember.
He looks
was-
like he packs a fucking punch. Like he.
No, he does.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's like,
For
yeah, he
sure.
does.
Yeah,
So-
he's the first one. He's like the only. He's my only loss that's like a finish. Like that. He dropped me, and then like they called it a little early. He didn't knock me out fully, but he was pretty close to it. But yeah, like that's for sure. Like, well, that's one of my toughest fights. Like I remember I came out real aggressive. I like hit him with like a flurry, hit him with a spinning back, kicked straight to the body. Like he like flew. And then after that, I think he just like timed my jab and then caught me right over with the overhand right. And yeah, he for sure hits hard. He's for sure, you know.
Yeah, no, he looks like he hits hard.
I can't tell you. It's awesome to have you back. I'm looking forward to another amazing performance. Right? I can't wait, bro. Do you have sort of a game plan for this fight, though? I know
Yeah.
you said you want to be much more strategic, much more thought out. But will you really do that? Or are you just going to come in?
You know, I always tell myself like, you know, be smart, you know, stick to the game plan. But then sometimes I get hit in the face and I'm like, all right, I got to get that one back,
It doesn't
you know?
revert back to Fight Club like back in Alaska?
Yeah, sometimes sometimes I'm like, I feel like honestly what it is like you hit me, how dare you fucking hit me?
Yeah.
You know, like I have to
We're
now.
locked in a cage fighting, but how dare you?
Yeah, you know, like now I'm gonna have to knock you out, you know? Yeah, the goal honestly really is to like mix it up as much as I can, you know, not only grapple, but even like being able to like show off like I got a little sauce for him, you know.
Don't give him
Yeah,
the secret.
but yeah, I'm really gonna put like a real MMA clinic on him. I feel like he knows I hit hard. He knows like most of all my wins are finishes. So I feel like it's gonna be a really good fight, and I'm just ready.
Yeah, listen, I know his coach, Milton, right?
Oh, yeah.
Milton is a smart motherfucker. They're watching the tape on you. They know what they're in for, right?
Yeah.
That's what I love.
yeah, I cannot wait.
Ready
for
to
that.
So that's even more. That's more motivation.
No,
hearing
I
this.
think it should be, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want these guys to bring out the best version of you, in my
That's
opinion.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
100%. Well, anything else you want? You know,
You want to give a message to your opponent? Anything you want to say to him?
Just good luck. Hopefully you have a good training camp. Show up the day November 30th, you know. And yeah, just wish you the best. Because you're gonna need it.
a respectful killer. You gotta love it.
Yeah. And then also just want to give a shout out to one of my sponsors, Precise. You know, the best auto body shop in the valley. And then Sangre Verde Mezcal, one of the best artesian mezcals out right now. Yeah. See you guys November 30th.
Awesome, brother. Well, we're very fucking happy to have you back.
Let's go.
I'm feeling your fight's definitely in contention for, fight of the night every time you fight. And yeah, UNF family loves you, bro. We're excited to have you back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
All right, cool.